This is an original black 1963 Ford Galaxie 500 convertible. It's got 85,249 miles on the odometer, and judging by its original interior, I'm almost positive that's the original miles on the car. This is a super solid car underneath. It has been factory undercoated years ago, so I didn't see any rust holes or patches anywhere underneath the car when I was under it. Just a very solid, straight Galaxie convertible. This is an original A code color, so it's originally black car, red interior is all original as far as I can tell. I'm sure the carpet's even original in the car. So just a super straight car. You look up and down the sides of it. Body's laser straight. Paint looks great on it. It's got a few little chips and stuff, but the paint is a very upscale, lower show quality car in my opinion. Chrome is all original on the car, still looks beautiful. Shows just a little bit of wear around the bumpers, but it still shines very well. Same thing with the grille. Like the bumpers, we get really close, you can see some oxidation right in this area here. You stand 4 or 5 feet back and it has a beautiful shine. The engine compartment's pretty much all stock. The small block Ford V8 runs great. This car does have a 3-speed manual with overdrive, so the car goes down the road 70-80 mile an hour down the interstate just fine. So, and it'll climb from there. So the car runs and drives great. I wouldn't let the small block Ford bother you. It'll go as fast as you want it to go. Not too long ago, like I said, the engine compartment to me looks all bone stock, but the engine was pulled and a rear main seal was put in it in the last year. So I think there might even be receipts on that in the packet. Also, the tires are brand new. Tires don't have any miles on them, maybe less than 500 miles all the way around, including the spare. The hood matches the fender beautifully, and the gap is nice from front to back. Same thing here on the passenger side. Just a beautiful alignment on this car. I mean, that's also tells me that this thing's all original. When I was underneath of it, it's just my opinion, I did not see any rust in those inner quarters, in the lower drop downs or around the lip. It appeared to me that they're the original quarters, which would explain why this car is so straight. As we look around the edges, you're going to see, I don't know, there might be 30 little chips in the car. I mean, if you look close, there's a little chip here, there's a little paint touch up here, a couple along that fender and hood. Overall appearance, I'd give the paint an 8.5. Maybe, yeah, if it wouldn't have those chips, I'd give it a 9 definitely. I mean, it's straight, it's nice, it's clean. You can see a reflection in it anywhere, but it does have some little chips here and there. Passenger side front fender is in excellent shape. Absolutely no blisters. I don't see no dings or nothing like that. We got a couple little paint chips right by my finger there, and one underneath this chrome. A couple little ones. It's got a tiny little scratch ding right here by my finger. Lower fender, lower door, lower quarter, from front to back. All of it's excellent. I don't see any blisters anywhere down low. Even these inner rocker panels and those braces underneath look super nice and original when I was underneath of it. As we look at our door gap, excellent from top to bottom. Around this wheel lip is great. There's no blisters there, nothing behind the wheel. Like I said, this car is ready to drive and enter in any of your classic car show, and I would not be afraid to drive it coast to coast. I mean, this thing handles the road great, the steering is super tight in it, brakes are great. Does have newer dual exhaust, I should say. As we look at the back bumper, there again, that one's original. It shows just a little wear, but the shine is beautiful on it. Back chrome's all original, the 500 chrome. We do have some dents here. Right around here, there's 1, 2 dings here. Yeah, just 2 decent dings right in that chrome there. You can see how nice and straight this car is, but no disappointments in how straight it is and how nice it looks. Trunk gap is perfect over on that driver's side or passenger side. Same thing here on the driver's side. I mean, it just fits so nicely. reverse lights even work on it. When I got here, I left the car in reverse and the reverse light stayed on. So the top is a white top. There's a few pictures on there. Top's in great shape. It is power and it works properly with a nice parade boot. But as we look, I mean, this boot's original, or it's been or it has been replaced many years ago. I'm positive the interior is all original. It just shows just a little bit of wear all the way around it. Same thing with our rubbers. Still, you can kind of see it's still somewhat soft, but you can just tell they're original as well. As we look at the corner of the door, it's perfect. Absolutely no body filler there. This car has always been a black car. You look in the jams, you're not going to see anything else but black. The sill plate there is all scratched up on the bottom. Carpet is original, you can just tell. You can just see the originality of it. Just shows a little wear all the way through, front and back. But it's very nice for original. I would not change a thing on this car. It does need this, it's got one seam split right here. Needs to be re-sewed. You can see the stitches are broke right along this edge. Other than that, the back seat is excellent. Back door panels are great. Seat back's in nice shape. It does have, it looks to me like they must have had some sort of a, I don't know, a holder or something like that. I don't know if tissue holder or what they had back here, but there's 4 little holes there where they had something mounted. We got another few stitches coming out here, right along here. Other than that, driver's side seat looks good. Looks like we got maybe a cigarette burn here or something, or a little scuff anyway. Look at the dash. I mean, the dash is all original Galaxie 500. Original radio works and it looks like brand new still. 3-speed with overdrive. Original paint on the steering wheel. This is a really nice car. Door panels are very good. You know, you got this original plating, this little paper plating stuff, and you can see around the edges that's chipped up a little bit, but it's all holding good and looks really good for original. Listen to how nice that exhaust sounds, and it's got some glass packs on it out over towards the back, so it's got a nice cackle to it as well. You won't be, like I said again, you won't be disappointed how straight this old girl is. I mean, it's a nice car, guys. It looks like it did have the pegs here for fender skirts. At one time it must have had the skirts. Didn't come with skirts, so I don't have them. As far as our rear quarter goes, no blisters there, no blisters in the door or lower fender, just all solid. We got a couple little paint chips right here, kind of tell. Well, it's got some scratches in the chrome here. I mean, it's not perfect, but very nice. No blisters, very nice. If we look here, right along this edge, you got some little paint chips. Kind of blowing it up here, just little tiny stuff, but it is there. Another thing here, this window felt's all original, and this window rubber here, you can just tell is bad on this outside edge. Another thing I should mention, the windows all go up and down very nicely as well. Here's the original codes on it. As I mentioned before, it's original A code for color, trim is 95, date 14F, DSO is blank, axle is 5, trans is 2. Corner of the door is excellent. Still has the plug and stuff here in the corners. Rubbers are doable, original. Door panel, good shape as well. Same thing, you got a little peeling on this paper chrome, and you got just a little bit of chipping and stuff like that in that original red paint on the top. All in all, very nice, guys. We got another seam split right here a little bit. The sewing's starting to come loose just a little. So the original 55-year-old, 52-year-old interior, like I said, it's starting to show its age a little bit. But really, that's kind of what I like to see. It really proves the mileage.
Republicans want the changes they want to see, but of course,
AM radio works. The clock, factory clock, does not work. Temp gauge works. Gas gauge works. Power top is right over here, and that works properly. Horn works. Just a one-speed wiper, guys. There's off, on, off, and park. Oops, I gotta get my clutch in all the way. It does have e-brake. E-brake works as well. Figure out how to shut it off there. There we go. And heater fan works. So everything works, guys, but the clock. As I mentioned before, the overdrive does work. Right now I got it pulled out. No power steering, but with this bigger steering wheel, it steers with ease, one hand. The only thing we got, guys, mechanically that I noticed with the car is when you're shifting down into third, if you do it quickly, you got just a little bit of grind. It goes right in, but you do have a little grind there. I don't know if that's something that can be adjusted out or not. I need to look at it when I get back to the shop, but the brakes are perfect, no pull left or right. It's got a full brake pedal. And the steering is absolutely excellent. No hands on the wheel, goes straight down the road. Here's our brakes. Brakes feel great. Does not need disc brakes, guys, in my opinion. It's got a really good full pedal and it stops straight. So, as far as the dash goes, the dash is in beautiful shape. We got a couple little chips on the dash, but the original paint's still very nice on the dash as well. I'll wait for these cars here. Window goes up and down very smooth. For some reason the amp gauge, well, it's an old school gauge, but it makes a little funny noise on it. It's charging, but it just flickers around a little bit. This car, like I said, with 289, it still sounds good, shifts nice. There's that little scratch from shifting into second to third. That's the only time it does it. Go ahead and push your overdrive in now. Let go off the gas. It stays accelerated. The overdrive works perfectly. Like I said, that didn't smell very good. We went by 2 semis full of hogs right there in a convertible. As far as our brakes go, no pull left or right. Just a great driving car.